Then he saw all the beautiful ladies that were surrounding Sugriva. And then what happened? After that, he was actually embracing Ruma. However, upon seeing Lakshmana, he hurriedly folded his hands and offered his obeisances. Therefore, then Sugriva is coming to Lakshmana, and he's saying, what did he say? So first Tara spoke to Lakshmana. Tara said, oh, Sugriva is not a liar. He's not hard-hearted. He didn't forget what Ram had told him. It's just that because of the sense of time, because of his overindulgence of sense gratification, all this is happening in him. But I'm sure, he has asked all the monkey armies to assemble here, and we have more than 1,000 crores of Rakshasas in Lanka that needs to be tackled. So all the monkeys have to assemble so that we can together attack all the Rakshasas in the Lanka. And then Sugriva summoned innumerable number of monkeys from all corners of the world. And then Sugriva has a 15-day. She also said Sugriva has a 15-day time limit. He said to the monkeys, Sugriva has told the monkeys, you all should be ready in 15 days time and summon to me, otherwise you will be dead. That was the warning he gave. And hearing this, Lakshmana thought, oh my God, it's okay. He can give up his anger. And then Sugriva, he threw aside the garland and said, I could never repay Ram for what he had done to me. I admit I was at fault and I humbly beg your forgiveness. Whenever we make mistakes, we have to ask for pardon. And that is what is seen in the case of Sugriva. He knew he was completely into sense gratification, because of which he could not perform what Rama has told. And he could very well understand the feelings of Ram. And he asked and begged forgiveness from Lakshmana. Yes, Shiva, what do you want, dear?
I know the story because I heard it from the live in YouTube.
Oh, on the live. Oh, good. Very good. That's good. So this is what happened. And then what happened? Please, Lakshmana replied, kindly forgive my anger as well. I think it would be best for us to go and see Ram now. Let's go. We will go and see Ram. He will be encouraged by your sincerity. He would love to see you. He would love to have association of you. Sugriva then ordered Hanuman, summon all the monkeys all around and have them come here and tell them that anyone who doesn't respond to my orders, I'm sorry, within 10 days, they are going to be killed. Hanuman immediately dispatched all the monkey leaders in all directions. Okay. And then Lakshmana again requested Sugriva to go with Ram. Sugriva had a palanquin brought forth, and then he and Lakshmana were carried to the Ram's dwelling, accompanied by innumerable number of monkeys. This is what happened. Thereafter, Lakshmana and Sugriva stood up before Ram with folded hands. Rama gazed upon the army of monkey with great pleasure. Then he mercifully lifted Sugriva, and then he gave a tight embrace to Sugriva. After offering the monkey king a seat, Rama instructed Sugriva about his royal duties. The king should understand proper duties of dharma, and he should perform at proper times dharma, artha, and kama, and live his life accordingly. My dear Sugriva, now it's time for you to endeavor to find for Mother Sita, as you have already vowed. And then Rama again embraced Sugriva, reconfirming his friendship. See how much Lord is so forgiving. He is not at all angry about the fact that Sugriva actually forgot about his performance of duties to find Mother Sita. He in fact hugged him twice, and this was the consequence. All the great leaders of the monkeys and Jambavan and king of the bears came before Sugriva with their millions of followers. The entire forest became completely covered by the monkeys. My dear Lord, you should consider the monkey warriors as your own enemy. From now on, please order them and see as you fit. This is what he said, and then he ordered each one of them to go in different directions. That is also something we saw from last time. Sugriva considered Hanuman to be capable of finding Mother Sita. See, this guy, Hanuman, he's so good. He's definitely going to be able to find Mother Sita. To encourage him, Sugriva said, Hanuman, all powerful monkeys, You are the exceptional one. There is no one capable of obstructing you on this earth. No one. I can just challenge you. There is no one who can obstruct you and actually make you divert and do something else. You have a superhuman strength, very, very good strength. But you are very courageous, intelligent, and you're also very, very resourceful. Therefore, I'm especially counting towards you to find Mother Sita. Are you all able to get kids? So he is having a very, very good feeling that Hanuman will be the person who's going to find Mother Sita. Okay. And he's saying, he's giving encouraging words to Hanuman, saying, you are the one who's most capable. You are exceptional. You are exceptional human power. Not only that, you are resourceful. You are having superhuman strength. You are intelligent also. I'm especially counting on you to find Mother Sita. Hearing those words, Hanuman's self-confidence also increased. And thus, Ram, remember, he happened to give a ring to Hanuman, saying that whenever you meet Sita, give this ring to that, show the ring to Sita Mata, saying that I am the one who actually, so she will know that you are my person and not anybody else. So that way she will be able to recognize that you are my guy. Okay, and that is why I'm giving you this ring. So he gave it to him in full confidence. And then Hanuman, after receiving the ring, touched it to the head and bowed down before Ram. Then he departed with other monkeys. Sugriva replied, after Vali returned to Kishkinta and banished me, even though I voluntarily surrendered the kingdom to him, he remained angry and continued to chase after me. Thus, out of fear for my brother, I continuously wandered over the surface. So he was like, Sugriva was very, very good with allocating each one go in this direction, that direction. And, Ram was kind of, wow, this guy is so good with directions and things of this nature. And when he was asked, how do you know so many things? Then he said, no, that's because of my brother. He happened to, because of fear of him, I happened to hide in different places. And finally, I came to Mandakamuni Shastram. And that is the place where Vali was cursed not to come. And that is where I stayed. And because of his fear, I was able to get an idea of all these places around. This was the understanding. So Hanuman informed Matanga Muni's curse, and I took shelter of Matanga's ashrama. Are you all clear, kids? So question time, all right? So let's see who's able to answer. Why did Ram give the ring to? Who did he give the ring to, and why did he give? Varun? Are you there, dear? Yeah. Varun or Aditya, anyone can say. I can't hear you.
Can I say it, Mataji?
Okay, Akshara, go ahead.
So Ram gave it to Hanuman the ring because he wants to know that, so he knows that what's it called again? Sita can know that Hanuman is safe and with him.
Wonderful. That's exactly right. And the second question, how come Sugriva is so familiar with all the directions? Shiva.
When Wali banished him, he searched everywhere on earth and found Matanga Muni's Rishi's ashramam, and he stayed there.
Very, very good. And then, so with regards to, that's good. And then Sugriva, who was Sugriva confident? Who was Sugriva confident of? Why? Govinda.
Why? Because I know Hanuman, because Hanuman is the strongest he can do it. And nobody is stronger than Hanuman. And then that's why Sugriva said that you could maybe find Sita.
Correct. Very good. So now we will go to today's story. All right. Thank you, kids. Very, very good job. Let's get started with today's. And we will go on for next 30 minutes and then we will pause because today I have some program to attend. So let me complete it a little early for you guys, okay? As the monkeys searched for Mother Sita, they spread out during the day to comb their allotted lots, and at night regrouped to take rest. Before 1 month had last, Vinata, Satabhali, Sushena returned, having thoroughly scored their assigned region. With sad faces, they reported to Sugriva. They said they are not able to unearth even a single clue about Sita's location. Sugriva sat next to Ram as the monkeys came and related to him their experiences. Everyone concluded that Hanuman was their only hope. So now all these people, they came and reported to Sugriva. They said, no, Sugriva, we are not able to find, we don't have any clue about Sita Mata. We have to accept that fact. And now we see that Hanuman is the only hope because he hasn't come back, and he said, oh no, I don't know. He didn't say that yet. So as the parties led by Angada thoroughly searched throughout the desolate Vindhya mountain range, they became tormented by hunger and thirst, for the entire region was devoid of water. Then when the monkeys left the mountains and entered the adjoining forest, they were disappointed to find that trees did not even bear leaves, what to speak of fruits and flowers. Because all the streams in the area were dried up, it was so bereft of birds and other animals. So now we see that okay, I have to mute someone here. Yeah. So the main thing is that we have to keep muted. Okay, otherwise it is going to disturb everybody and a lot of echo is happening. All right. So what happens is Angada, what is going on there? Angada is thoroughly searching in the entire Vindhya mountain range, and he had no water to drink. All the monkeys, they were all thirsty, but there is no water. When you look at the trees, you will understand. Okay, the trees, they barely have leaves in them. What about fruits and flowers? Because no water, the trees are not blooming. All right. So that is the condition. And because all the streams in the area, all the rivers, all the things, everything was dried up. Okay. There's no water. And they are bereft of birds and other animals. How will they survive, the birds and other animals, if it is going to be really, really dry? It's not possible, isn't it? The forest had once been the home of a great sage, Kandu. When his son died prematurely at the age of 10, the rishi became so angry that he cursed the entire forest to become unfit for the habitation of man or beast. So this forest is the home of this rishi, Kandu. When his son prematurely died, he gave a curse to this forest. Oh, no more habitation here, no more living. So that's why none of them are able to survive here, because what happened after that curse, the streams had lost water, and because there is no water, the animals, plants, everything, they are not able to survive. And this is the sad situation of that place. While roaming in this desolate forest, the monkeys came upon the ferocious Rakshasa. Although the demon was fearless, having received a benediction from demigods, he was killed by Angada, who thought him to be Ravana. Angada happened to kill a Rakshasa, thinking that Rakshasa was Ravana, like that. However, when Angada's party searched the entire area and failed to find any clue concerning Sita's whereabouts, they became disappointed. 1 second, dear. Sorry, kids, I just got a phone call. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Okay, so now what happened? So this Angada happened to kill somebody, some Rakshasa, and he thought, oh, you know what? I happened to kill Ravana. This is a great achievement for me. But then, in fact, he didn't kill that Ravana, okay? However, when Angada's party searched the area, they had no clue of finding Sita's whereabouts. They became disappointed now. Time quickly passed as Angada urged the monkeys on their search around Vindhya mountain range. The allotted 1 month came to an end. Sugriva gave 1 month. Okay, Sugriva said 1 month, you guys go and find out. Then this allotted 1 month went over and he still couldn't find Angada. Oppressed by hunger and thirst, the monkeys searched for water. Then Angada and Tara sighted a cave where moist creepers grew thickly and aquatic birds flocked. They hastened to the cave, hoping to find water within. Now, because they were so thirsty, they were desperately looking for water. Remember, when you are having some weakness or some craving, you will be desperate to go and get that, isn't it? And here, in this case, Angada and Party, they were so desperate. They were like starving for water. And then what happened? They came to a cave and they hastened to the cave, hoping they will get something. The cave was deep, dark, and they cautiously entered it. They made a chain by holding hands. Finally, after proceeding for 8 miles, the monkeys could see a deep light deep within a cave. Proceeding further, they came upon the grove of golden trees. Soon they came upon the golden palaces, beautiful ponds, and lovely gardens. In the midst of this heavenly grove, the monkeys beheld an aesthetic woman dressed in a black deer skin and glowing with great spiritual effulgence. Hanuman approached her with folded hands and said, kindly tell us who are you and whom the cave belongs to. Why does everything have golden appearance? We are tired and thirsty. We have been wandering through this waterless region for a long time. So now they happen to come upon this place where there were golden palaces, beautiful ponds, and lovely gardens. In the midst of the heavenly grove, the monkeys beheld an aesthetic woman. They saw that aesthetic woman, she dressed in black deer skin and glowing with lot of spiritual effulgence. And Hanuman approached her with folded hands and said, who does this cave belong to? Why is everything golden here? What is so good about this golden? We are all tired and thirsty. We have been searching and looking for water. We couldn't find anywhere. And now we are able to see. And we are wandering in this waterless region for a long time now. Can you please tell what's going on with this place? And the women replied, my name is Swayam Prabha, the daughter of Meru Swarani, the superintendent deity of Mount Meru. I am the friend of Apsara Hema and I remain here guarding this hermitage. This cave named Rakshabila is the creation of Maya Danava. After performing austerities here, Maya Danava received benediction from Brahma that enabled him to possess all mystic powers known to Sukra. Thereafter, Maya Danava continued dwelling here. However, later on, when Maya Danava became attached to Hema, Indra drove from him these regions with the help of Thunderbolt. Lord Brahma then gave the cave to Hema. And please make yourselves feel at home and kindly tell me the purpose of coming to this inaccessible region. So she's now describing 2 things you have to remember. Okay, this cave is owned by who? Maya Danava. Okay, and then after performing austerities, what happened? Brahma gave him mystic powers. Brahma enabled him to possess all the mystic powers known to Sukracharya. All right. So thereafter, Maya Danava continued to live there. And later on, what happened? When Maya Danava became attached to Hema, so Hema was also there. Okay. She remains guarding. She said, I'm the friend of Hema, Apsara Hema, and I remain here guarding this hermitage. So now Maya Danava became attached to Hema and Indra drove him from those regions with the help of his thunderbolt. Lord Brahma then gave this cave to Hema. Okay, because Maya Danava was driven out by Indra, and so this cave was given to who? Indra. So 3 things you remember, kids, only 3 things. First, this cave belonged to Maya Danava, and Maya Danava became attached to Hema. Brahma gave benedictions to Maya Danava, like that of Sukracharya, giving all mystic powers. When Indra happened to see Hema and Maya Danava together, Indra actually drove Maya Danava out of that place. with the help of his thunderbolt. And now Hema owns this place. So now this girl is asking, tell me, what are you all doing here? Why are you having access to this inaccessible garden? What's going on? Inaccessible region? Please tell me. According to the Vedic etiquette, one must always welcome a guest. One second. So it's very important, isn't it? We have to welcome the guest. Why it's important for us to welcome the guest? Because one should offer him a sitting place and refreshment. After that, one can inquire about his well-being. Even if the host is poor, he can at least offer a clean sitting place and a glass of water. If the host is not able to offer because of his financial conditions, at least he should offer a place to sit, a clean place to sit, and then he should offer a glass of water. In such a pleasant atmosphere, a guest is sure to feel peaceful and happy. Thus, Swayamprabha heartily welcomed the visitors. See, Swayamprabha, she was guarding the place for her friend Apsara Hema. And what did she do? She received the guests very, very nicely. Very, very welcomingly, she received the guests. This is the etiquette we need to follow. This is one of the lessons learned. So we have to understand that we need to follow this etiquette of treating the guests in a proper way. Even if you are poor and if the guests have come, at least offer them a clean place to sit and then give them a glass of water. This is going to help them really. As Swayamprabha offered her guests her hospitality, Hanuman narrated the entire story of Ram's exile. And who are they searching for? They explained to that person that they are searching for Mother Sita. Hanuman then said, "We cannot thank you enough for your kind reception. Is there any service we can perform in return?" Can you believe this, kids? Very, very important point we are able to learn. When the guest has treated you so nicely, what do you do in turn? You in turn ask them if they need any kind of service from you. This is the understanding. This is what, see, Hanuman immediately, oh, you know what, you received us so well, we are so grateful for that. But at the same time, we have one question for you. Do you need any service from us so that we can be able to offer that service for you? And then Hanuman said, "Our master, the monkey Sugriva, has allotted 1 month for us to find Mother Sita. That time has already expired and we all feel doomed and very, very sad about it. Is there any way you can help us?" That is what Hanuman, immediately he is always having that in the goal. The goal is always clear and he always wants to remember his goal. And that is why he said, is there any way you can help us find Mother Sita? And then Swayamprabha replied, "It is nearly impossible for anyone who has entered this cave to go out alive. However, I shall assist you by utilizing my mystic powers. But you must close your eyes, for no one can leave here while looking about." You cannot leave with your eyes open. You cannot leave this cave. Nobody has ever gone out alive. So what you have to do, I'll use my mystic powers. I will try to help you guys get out of the cave. But all you have to do is you have to close your eyes. You cannot open and go from here. It is definitely not possible. Okay, this is what you need to do. Swayamprabha, that's what she said. Thereafter, the monkeys kept their eyes tightly shut. Suddenly, they felt themselves being transported out of the cave. When they at last opened their eyes, they saw everyone had been carried out of the cave. Looking about, they could see that the trees were now full bloom. Apparently, spring has arrived. Monkeys became very depressed, thinking of how much time had somehow mysteriously elapsed. Angada then suggested we should sit down and fast until death, for that would be more noble than being killed by Sugriva for our negligence. So kids, what happened here is that these guys, they came out of the cave because of the mystic powers of Swayamprabha. But then when they came, they are able to see the spring season has already started. And they don't have time, watch, phone, nothing like that, right? Only through the seasons, they'll be able to understand time has lapsed or not. And now when they saw the spring season, they were depressed. Oh my God, time has already passed and we have not found Mother Sita. What is this? And then they were like, Angada said, okay, we will fast till death because that is the only way. otherwise, Sugriva is going to kill us. This fasting for fasting till death is better than our negligence for being killed in the hands of Sugriva. So this is what we need to do. Like that, he said. And then the assembled monkeys agreed that there was no question of them returning to Kishkinda without first obtaining information about Sita. Tara then proposed, let's take shelter within this inaccessible cave, for we would have all lived there without fear of being discovered. So now Tara is suggesting, this invincible cave is something we should live there, because nobody can find us there, isn't it? So why not we just live in this inaccessible cave? So that way we don't have to fear of anybody discovering us. What do you think about that plan? Like that, this girl Tara is asking. So now let's pause and have question and answer discussion, okay? And we will carry for another maybe 10 minutes max, and then conclude the class, okay? All right, so let's just get started with our question and answer session. What is that lady's name who's taking care of the cave? What is her name? Shiva?
I don't remember.
Okay, Govinda?
Hema?
Hema is owning the cave. And what is Hema's friend's name?
Oh, I forgot. I was saying Hema was.
Yeah, Swayam Prabha. Okay. And who was Hema? Who constructed this cave? Anybody? Suraj, do you know who constructed this cave?
Mataji, I think Brahma did.
Brahma actually gave powers to who? Somebody else constructed.
Oh, okay. Is it Hema?
No, Maya Danava. Maya Danava constructed this cave.
Oh yeah, Mataji, Maya Danav constructed the cave and was meditating there.
Correct. And he was with Hema, and then when he became attached to Hema, Indra actually became a little concerned about it, and he happened to drive him out of the place using thunderbolt. Okay, and then Hema owned that place afterwards. And then we have Swayam Prabha taking care of this place. Swayam Prabha taking care for helping out Hema. So this is what happened. Okay. And what happened? What was absent in the place where Angada was? What's going on there? Shiva, what was absent there? What were they lacking? I mean, they were all feeling a little too much, right? What were they feeling bad about? Why nobody is listening? Or
I
what?
know, Govinda.
Govinda, go ahead.
Because spring season just came out.
No, they were starving for what? They were in that particular region, Vindhya region, and they were starving for what?
Water.
Correct. They didn't have water. And that is what they were literally waiting. Oh, it's all dried up. If you look, the trees were all dried up. There were no fruits. And obviously when the tree leaves are not there, how about fruits and flowers? That's not going to happen. So they were desperately looking for some water, and then they came to this cave, and this cave had everything, and Swayambara Prabha treated the guests very, very nicely. Okay. And then they happened to close the eyes and then cross over and they got out of the cave. Okay. Oh, no problem, Shiva. I thought so. Okay.
Mataji, for how long has Maya Danava been alive? Because it's from all the way from Treta Yuga all the way to Dwapar Yuga. And I think I heard somewhere it's still alive.
Maybe, yeah. He's in, he just lives forever. I also don't know. I can confirm that, Suraj. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Anyway, so now they came out of the cave, and Tara is suggesting, what did she suggest? She's suggesting Oh my God, you know, we should have been there in that inaccessible cave, so nobody would have discovered us. And Angada wanted to, what did he want to do? He wanted to fast till death, okay, because he didn't want to go to Sugriva without actually finding Mother Sita. And he thought, oh, let me just fast until death, that is better. And now, let me see. I mean, we'll just go, as I told you, we'll just take another 7 minutes or so and then end the class, all right? So you can all have a good, nice time and a break, okay? All right, so now let's see what has happened. Angada, he remained silent, as if ready to approve his plan. However, Hanuman said, my dear prince, I consider you to be endowed with great 8 attributes of intelligence: an inclination to hear what others have to say, the capacity to hear what others have to say, the ability to comprehend the basic meaning of what others have to say, good memory against a proposition, deep insight into meaning of what others say, and true wisdom. Above and beyond all this, you are endowed with these 14 excellences that characterize your great personality: a sense of time, place, firmness, ability to endure all kinds of hardship, knowledge of the subjects, expertise and vigor, ability to guard secrets, consistency, heroism, ability to judge one's own strength in comparison to that of enemy, appreciation for the services rendered by others, compassion of the surrendered souls, indignation in the presence of unrighteousness, and steadiness in duty. So these are some of the attributes that Hanuman possessed, okay? So let's go through it one by one and then maybe we can understand more. So he says you're endowed with 8 attributes of intelligence. First is inclination to hear what others have to say. What does that mean? If I'm talking, if somebody is going on interrupting in between, then you're not in the mood to listen what others have to say, isn't it? You're so impatient. That is not right. Okay. So this is what it means when somebody says, you have to hear what others have to say. The capacity to hear what others have to say. You should also have that capacity, isn't it? If you don't have the capacity, you would not probably hear from them. And then ability to comprehend the basic meaning of what others have to say. Looking at the overall essence. Okay, what is this person trying to say? Understanding that part. He needs intelligence for that, isn't it? Good memory. Whatever is being told and talked about, he's always got this good memory to repeat. Capacity to reason in favor of a proposition. Something is proposed, then he has the capacity to respond and in favor to it. Capacity to reason against a proposition. Whatever is being told, he can also oppose and say a contradiction. Okay, a deep insight into a meaning of what others have to say, and true wisdom. So much, isn't it? So we need to understand what others have to say. We need to have the capacity to understand. We need to have good intelligence. He is also capable of giving proposition proposition in favor and not in favor. He can do both. He understands the essence of the conversation that is taking place. He is able to reproduce that with this good memory. And then he has the deep insight into meaning of what others have to say, and true wisdom, because he has that realization of knowledge, right? Because of which he's able to have that wisdom. All right. So this is with regards to intelligence. And beyond all this, Angada is actually praising Hanuman for these. He's saying you have a sense of time and place, firmness. So you have sense of time and place, firmness, ability to endure all kinds of hardships, meaning he's able to tolerate everything. See, when we are put into a situation, not much. We can't tolerate. Oh, Amma, it's paining. Here it is paining. There it is paining. I'm not able to tolerate. I'm having bleeding here. So much we are not able to tolerate. Now, even if a small wound comes to us, we cannot tolerate. But Hanuman, he can tolerate all the hardships, no problem. And then he says, knowledge of all the subject matters. He is expertise. He has good vigor and ability to guard secrets. See, no, not many people can keep secrets, isn't it? But Hanuman is capable of keeping secrets, and he can tolerate all situations. He has expertise. He has knowledge of all subjects. He has consistency, heroism, ability to judge one's own strength in comparison to that of enemy. It is very important. How am I in comparison to in my enemy? How is my strength in relation to my enemy? He can compare that. And he appreciates appreciation for services rendered by others. Remember, we had an encounter with Swayam Prabha, and what did he say? Oh, your hospitality is too good, and what can we do in return for your service? He did that, right? So ability to reciprocate. When others do service, immediately say, give some words of appreciation and encouragement so that the other person is motivated. And then compassion for the surrendered souls. Very, very compassionate he is. Indignation in the presence of unrighteousness. He cannot tolerate unrighteousness. And steadiness in duty. He's very, very, because very goal focused. You know, when he met Swayam Prabha also, his goal was always there in his mind. How can I get to Mother Sita? Is there any way? Can you please help? Is there anything that I can do? So that goal was always in his mind. So I think with this, we can conclude today's session. Maybe another few questions I will ask, and then we can conclude. Okay, kids? All right. Is that okay? What about his intelligence? Akshara, can you comment on his intelligence? How did Angada describe him to be intelligent?
Um, I think I kind of forgot.
Okay. Kushi, do you know that? Just a few of them, if you can say, that's good enough. Suraj?
Mataji. Oh, what was the question again?
Today everybody is sleeping or what, Kana?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're just looking at the computer, thinking of stuff, and
No
I
problem.
think
No
we
problem.
are hearing some things. I think I just hear most of the story. I don't know.
Yeah. You heard. We just, you didn't hear the question alone. Govinda, go ahead.
Yes.
Only to listen what other is saying.
Yeah, what others are saying, you have to listen. That is intelligence. If you don't have patience now, if you keep on interrupting, then that is not intelligent. Intelligence. Characteristic of intelligence is you have to patiently listen what others have to say, understand the meaning. Good, he has good memory, and he is able to tell something favorable favorable to it, and then he's also able to say something contradictory to it. So he can do both things at the same time. And then he has a deep understanding of the meaning of what others have to say, and then he has true wisdom. These are all the characteristics of intelligence.
But and he doesn't say any secrets. He said he's the best secret.
Yeah, he's very good at keeping secrets. Yes, Hanuman has that tendency, and he can endure all kinds of hardships. Meaning anything that is kind of troubling him, he can definitely tolerate that. Okay, so this is the understanding. All right. So are we good now? Can we adjourn for today? I think we covered a lot. Are you all okay to adjourn today? Today a little bit early, so I can go and attend a program. Is that okay, kids?
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah. So let's do Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyev
Vancha
cha
kalpatarubhyascha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and Srimad Ramayan ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, dear kids. Bye. See you next week. Hare Krishna.
Bye.